Hi everybody, it's Dr. Lou Walters at the Source Wellness Center. In medicine, very commonly, we study disease conditions and people who happen to have those conditions, but we don't always pay attention to people who are healthy and having a good life and are vibrant. An example of this is my mom has a friend, Mary, and Mary had turned 100 years old. And my mom hadn't seen her in about 30 years. They used to work together. And for her 100th birthday, Mary had her great-grandson rent a Harley Davidson because she had never ridden one and always wanted to. So her great-grandson drove and she rode on the back, and she told my mom in the letter how much fun she had. And she said, if you're going to come visit, you should probably do it soon because I'm 100. So I took my mom to see her friend. And Mary was so vibrant and vital and exuberant, and her memory was so sharp and clear and in such good spirits, which even though my mom was 30 years younger, it was quite a difference between the two of them as far as mental acuity, how their memory and how sharp they were, and mobility. My mom had trouble getting around, and all the other health issues that my mom has. She fits more in the camp of not taking care of herself and having those chronic conditions. And a couple more examples as far as Mary, to give you an idea. She gave us a tour of her apartment, and when we got to the bedroom, my jaw dropped. I was not expecting to see what I saw in a 100-year-old woman's bedroom, which was a round bed and mirrors on the ceiling. And when she saw my jaw drop, she gave me an elbow to the ribs and smiled and said, "That's what keeps me so young." And then she also didn't want her family to have to deal with her funeral arrangements after she passed, so she called a funeral company, wanted to take care of everything ahead of time, and they sent her a hearse to pick her up, which seems poor taste, but she was in the hearse, and she saw a group of her friends who saw the hearse and assumed the worst, and she rolled the window down and yelled out, "Don't worry, I'm just going for a fitting. I'll be back." So I asked Mary, what does your day look like? You're 100 and you're so healthy and doing so well, I want to know. And she said, well, I get up every morning and I go for a brisk walk. I like to move and stay active. I also like to be social. I do a lot of things with friends and family and have little parties and get-togethers and talk with people. And I always like to laugh. I like to make jokes and be laughing. Life's too short to not be having a good time. This at 100. And then I like to, I eat well. I eat, meats and vegetables and, some whole grains, basically whole food. She doesn't eat any processed foods. She doesn't smoke. She does drink a glass of wine every night. She doesn't really take any medications or supplements. She said she does a crossword puzzle or two every day to keep her mind active. And that was mainly what she did. Now, Mary lived to be 106, and, she eventually had to move in with some family member, a sister who was a nun, who they said they made her get rid of the round bed and the mirrors on the ceiling, and she said that was going to kill her one day, and who knows, maybe it did. But the point is if we learn some things from Mary and what she was doing in her life to have a long, healthy life, it was, yes, food and exercise were important, but also her outlook on life. She tended to look on the bright side of things and laugh and have a good time and not take things too serious. She tried new things, like renting a Harley when she was 100. She kept her brain active. She was always doing things to stimulate it and do things in a different way. She stayed social. She didn't just stay in her apartment by herself. She was always getting out, doing things with other people, talking to other people. So I hope you can take some lessons from Mary, and I hope you can implement these in your life and maybe live to 106 as well. Be well, best wishes, and good health.